Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ron Wallace here with another episode of the interview. My next guest is no stranger to basketball. Went to a local high school here in the local area, went off to college, went and played professionally. Now he's back coaching, and he has his own basketball training camp. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me bring on Johnny Mayhane from Mobile, Alabama. How you doing today, Johnny?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Pretty good, man. It's good to have you on here, man. I've been meaning to get you on here for quite some time, man, but glad to have you on.
No, I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Well, Johnny, man, you went to the same high school. You went to LaFleur High School, played basketball there, was all state on numerous occasions, numerous seasons. Just so the people that who don't know who you are, to go ahead and introduce yourself and let them know a little bit about yourself.
Johnny Mayhan went to LaFleur High School 2002, 2006. Graduated and went off and played at Tulane University, where I got my degree in digital designs. Went off and played professional basketball for numerous years. Now I'm back home. Did 4 years of coaching over at St. Luke's, where we went to state every year over there with the girls group. And now I got my own organization, which is True Freshman Elite AAU program. And also have my camp coming up July the 30th and 31st of next week. This will be I want to say, my sixth time throwing a basketball camp down here in Mobile, Alabama. And it's been a blessing to get the kids involved, to get the kids out to the camps. And it's been a great outcome too, for the parents' participation and bringing the kids out. So just glad to be here.
All right,
Thank
now.
you for having me on the show.
Oh yeah, man, a long time coming. Now you played for Coach Hughley when you were there at LaFleur High School. Talk a little bit about how was it to be able to play with a coach such as him, as his caliber. And of course, you know he's went on to coach professionally at all. But how was it at that time to be able to play under him?
It was kind of scary. We go back to my sophomore summer. It was kind of scary. We didn't know who was going to coach us. Tim Amy was the coach before Coach Hughley came, and then they dismissed him. And so we was at BC Rain one day playing in the summer league game, and I think we lost to BC Rain bad. Like, we got blew out, and a guy walked in and he just started staring, and he was just like, "Hey, I'm gonna be y'all coach." And we didn't expect, nothing of it. We just kept playing or whatever, and we got blew out, and then we just went on about our business. But um, by the time, I want to say, summer was over with, he reconstructed the whole team, the whole program, and from then, y'all know the history, man. That guy there, he's something unbelievable, man. That was the best part of LaFleur when I was there, to get a coach like that who cared about you, who cared about everybody, whether you could play, whether you couldn't play, whether you was on the team, whether you was just rolling around school. He just cared about you in a way that a lot of kids coming up in those times didn't have those father figures, and he was that man. So
Now talk about now. How did you get on Tulane's radar coming out of high school?
Tulane. So at the time, I had Notre Dame. I had Notre Dame, Texas A&M, and I want to say Tulane. They came in late. So I was going against Mikael Torrance at Mary G. Montgomery. Mikael had just committed with Alabama, and me and him had a game against each other, and it was the game of the week. Um, Mary G. versus LaFleur, uh, and Tulane came in, Notre Dame came in, Texas A&M came in. So they all offered me that same night. Uh, but Tulane was on me so tough. They was down here every weekend. They was trying to see, hey, how can we get Johnny Mayhan being the top recruit. I just had got my stars from Rivals, from the tournament in Orlando, where I played against a guy by the name of L.D. Williams that went on to play the Wake Forest. and we end up beating that team. And Tulane came in and they showed me that they wanted me. And at the time, they had an open spot at the two guard spot. So Notre Dame didn't have it, and then Texas A&M didn't have it where I could just come right in and play. So I took Tulane, and when I took it, it was, man, it wasn't a bad choice. I felt like every school that was on me was a good choice, but I feel like Tulane was a great choice. I went right in and I played right away.
Now, what were some of the things that you had to secure yourself, to ensure that you can go play at that next level on the college level?
Oh, uh, first off, Tulane is, if everybody don't know, that's a private school, and it's probably, I call it the Harvard of the South. And you had to have the grade. So by me having I think I had like a 3.5 or something like that, but I still needed to make a like a 22 or 23 on the ACT or something like that. But I took the ACT and I made a 25, and we was going to state, and I got my results back. We was going to play. That was the year we was 35-0. We was headed to 34-0. We was headed to state, and we didn't play a home game at LaFleur. Coach Hughley helped me along the way, all the way through my process. He helped me through it, and I ended up making a 35 after tutoring and all this stuff. I made a 30. I mean, 25, and then once I made that, it was on uphill from there. So it was a great little.
Well, I get
It
I,
was a blessing for me to. Yeah, it was a blessing for me to get that grade and then be able to go play up in the state final game.
and we tell kids nowadays, you got to get the academic side. There's so much more than just playing on the court and thinking you can play at the next level, but you got to have the grades as well. So you went on
Right.
and graduated, got away from left Tulane. You entered the NBA draft. You went undrafted, but you wind up playing
Mm-hmm.
professionally over in the NBL for over there in Canada. Talk about how the experience of the draft and then being able to still go to play professionally.
I got my agent from a UAB game, and when that happened, he jumped right on me. He was like, "Hey man, dude, you can play in the next level." So I ended up having a workout with the Pelicans at the time, and it was the NBA lockout when I came out. So it was kind of like a waiting process. Me, Stanley Robinson, rest in peace, Stanley Robinson for Birmingham. That was one of the guys that was in the workouts with me too. I end up going and I end up having a great shooting night out there with the Pelicans, and they tried to get me on the D League team,
All right.
but they was taking so long, and my agent was, you know, really he was. I was ready to play, so like I told him, I was just impatient. I was trying to get everything going, and then boom, the lockout came. It was taking too long, so I went on over to Canada, and uh, and that's where I found my niche.
Now, looking at this video here, I think you were the one of the Splash Brothers before Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors for that, man. You could definitely stroke it down. So what when you were
Right.
playing back in the day in your time, what type of training regimen did you have, to be able to knock down? Because looking at this video, I mean, it's like you hitting them from way behind the arc and Steph Curry range. I guess we can say Mayhane range because you're older than
Uh-huh.
Steph Curry.
Right. They called it Mayhane Land. So when I was at LaFleur, the kids came up with Mayhane Land. So I don't know if I was the first one. I can't say that I was, but I crossed half court. I was the first one up under Coach Hughley telling me to shoot the ball from wherever you feel like it. But he worked with me time and time in the off season, where a lot of kids got to understand this too. Uh, it's the time that you put in. It's not when you want to work or when you feel like working. No, if you go out there and you push yourself, I feel like anybody can be a top shooter just like me. Steph Curry just don't get those type of touches and shot made just by waking up or playing a video game or anything like that. It takes time, and it's a lot to it in shooting. I think shooting is the most important thing when it comes to playing basketball. Like if you can knock down a shot, I think you have a spot to play anywhere. Everybody can't run and jump. Everybody can't run and dunk. Every time you just can't get to the hole every time. But that skill set of being able to knock down those mid range jumpers, those consistent three balls, and stuff like that, I feel like you can be able to play on the next level, and that's what the NBA is kind of turning into now.
Now, I know you've seen a lot of the kids here locally on AAU teams. Talk a little bit about some of the talent that you see now. And I know times are different and the game is a little bit different. But I know you still got to have those basic fundamentals to really play the game. Talk about some of the talent that you see here locally in the area.
From this past year, man, you had Kobe. You had Kobe from Spanish, but both of the Kobe's from Spanish Fort. I thought was really good. Uh, Barry done it. He had it. Barry was lacking. Felt like he was lacking. Just a shooting touch, and those were some of the things that he was brought to me and that we worked on, and now he's shooting the ball well. LeBaron Fallon is the next thing automobile. He's that kid is special. And then you also have Dezo, who's at Saraland. And it's quite a few kids that I can name. My list is long. I don't want to be on here all night. But every kid that I talk to, and I just try to mentor because they look up to me. All these kids look up to me. They respect that what I did, and what I'm saying, the path that I took, and just by me coming back and trying to instill in them, like, hey, you guys can do it too. So Mobile has talent, and I feel like we get looked over a lot. But when I was coming through, they was coming to Mobile to get the kids.
Well, let's go. Let's go ahead and talk about this camp you got coming up here in this month, and what's it's all about, and tell the people how they can get involved in it.
So everybody, you can go to my website, www.mayhaneskills.com, which is going to also offer skills training. It's going to also offer multiple things. I'm just getting the website going, but the camp itself, man, kids this like today they need places to do. I see parents all the time saying, hey, is there any camps going on? I wish my camps can be a week long. I wish it can be 2 weeks long. But it was put together to give the kids an outlet to come in, learn about basketball, learn about different things. I have guest speakers coming in each year. Last year I had Tuskegee assistant coaches come down, and they see some talent in them. And so that's what I'm trying to build down here to get more people involved, get more people coming in town. So whenever I put anything on, I put Johnny Mayhane behind it. Um, it won't let the kids down, won't let the parents down, won't let the community down, and it definitely won't let me down. So with that being said, like the Johnny Mayhane basketball camp is something that I thrive off of, to get the kids another look, another opportunity to come in and just get better, come in to get uh, different speakers to come in and speak to them, acknowledge them on the wrongs, the rights, the paths that they took. Everybody didn't take the same path that I took, so just giving them another another mind on things, on what it took to get to where I was, and to be successful at the game of basketball.
Now, how can they reach you online or follow you online? And also, to if they can't get to the website, anybody they can call or anything that.
Yes, we on the website. We have Ashley, which is she's my marketing personnel. Miss Beard done it. I call her Miss Beard, but Miss Ann. She's that's Beard's mother. She's also helping me too, to get everything. rolling as far as the AU and camps and all the other stuff that I have going on, skills training and all that. It takes a village, man, to keep this stuff rolling and just to get my name out there more and more, just to get the people to understand, hey, Johnny Mayhane is trying to build something for the kids down here in Mobile, Alabama, and the surrounding areas.
Well, I can tell you this, Johnny, and that this is something great, giving back to the community. Definitely to help bring college coaches here in this area back to this area like it used to be, to be able to recruit these kids. But I can tell you this, Miss Helen
Right,
definitely is a helper. Barry Dunning's
right.
mom, she's done some stuff that she's helped me with. So, Johnny, if you could talk to the kids that's going to be able to see this, if you can talk to like 11th and 12th graders getting ready to graduate high school, what would you possibly tell those guys right about now?
Right now, I tell them don't give up. Everybody path, it's not the same. Um, the the way you approach things, the way you carry yourself, you got to understand, like, hey, those college coaches, they're going to go and they're going to view your Instagram, your whatever they follow you on, and they're going to try to see, they're going to see what type of player they recruit. But everything won't go as planned, like you feel like it, or like you dreamed it to be. But I just feel like by me not giving up, it made a way for me to show my talent in different parts of the world. To even get college coaches to that I know for a fact now I can pick up the phone and call any college coach down here, and they respect me enough to call me back, or they sit on the phone and talk to me about the kids down here.
All right, man. I can tell you this, man. It's been great having you on today, Johnny, man. So I plan to be out there at that camp, man. At least the first or the one of the second day. We definitely be there, man.
Need you there, man. Need you
Uh,
there.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Mayhan. I'll guess he on Ball Down South Sports Network. He on the interview. Thanks for coming on the network today, Johnny.
All right, thank you.
Don't get much better.